Hey guys, it's Mark from Modern Tech. If you are already subscribed to the channel, then you already know that, but if you are not, then welcome. Hello. Please like, subscribe, come and join our little tiny community that we're building, because every little does help. Now, with Gamescom 2024 just round the corner, I actually went to the one last year, the 2023. I am from the UK and this was in Germany, so it was a big deal for me. It was kind of a big part of it was a big event in my life. I've never been to something like that before. I've been to mini game cons all over the UK and anime conventions and all sorts like that, but I've never been to anything absolutely massive. I've never even been to one in London. I'm from Manchester, so you know, Manchester ones are probably like the peak height of what I've actually seen. I've never been to London ones at all. So going to one in Germany, the biggest one in the world, was absolutely huge, and it was such an insane experience. With the 2024 dates coming up and the opening night live, I thought I will kind of express my opinions on what I witnessed there, just in case if you are looking to go and you're going for like a holiday with your mates, or even if you're a journalism and you want to do some games media and stuff there, just to kind of give you a bit of an insight of realistically what it's like and what's actually there. I was lucky enough to go to the opening night live, which was about 2 days before the actual games convention, and yes, I did pay for that. There is a creator application if you want to apply. If you are a creator, then you can apply, which I applied, and I am nowhere near a big enough creator to even step foot in there without paying. But yeah, if you want to apply, if you are a good creator, if you are a big creator, I think it's a numbers game, to be honest with you. My numbers were obviously nowhere near anything compared to what these guys were, all the people who did get accepted. But the opening night live was a couple days before the main convention, and it was an experience. I tell you what, it was on the day that we actually arrived there. So we got off the plane, we went to our hotel, we settled in. Just a quick tip actually while I'm talking about the hotels: if you are going, try and book somewhere, like a Premier Inn or something like that, with something with a bit of a background to it, because the hotel I stayed in, it was appalling. The staff were like super rude and everything. It was just not a nice place. It was just messy. It was hot and sticky. It was just, yeah, it wasn't a very nice experience in the hotel, but the whole Germany in general and the whole kind of environment was incredible. So don't let my hotel experiences put you off. Just be careful if you're obviously booking it cheap. Sometimes it might be worth paying a little bit more for the hotel, because I wish I did. Now in hindsight, I would have had such a better experience, because I would have had a place to actually go back and chill at the end of a long day, rather than forcing myself to stay out as long as possible because it was just so uncomfortable in the hotel. With the opening night live being on the day that I got there, it was kind of a good timing really, because it was kind of a nice end to a bit of a stressful day. Just in case if anybody doesn't know what the opening night live is, it's a show hosted by Jeff Keighley, where it shows new game trailers and stuff. Basically, Gamescom is the new E3. It's like what E3 used to be. This is what Jeff Keighley's doing. He's taking over, and it's, he's hosting these events. He has special guests on stage. So when I was there, I can't remember exactly. There was, don't hate me on this, there was a guy who made Tekken. I can't remember his name for the life of me. I know Troy Baker was there. Oh gosh, it was quite a while ago, because this is 2024. I'm actually recording this video, so yeah, I can't remember all of them, but there was quite a few faces there. And Phil Spencer was just there. He wasn't on the stage or anything. He was just there, just chilling in the crowd, watching the show. People, as soon as he was there, people ran up, started taking pictures with him, and eventually, they had to shoo people away. And to be honest, even if you don't watch these shows, you've probably already seen the clip of Gamescom 2023, where some Muppet ran on stage and, started shouting, "We want GTA 6. That was so unprofessional, and, Jeff Keighley handled that so well. So big up to Jeff. Well done on that.
Don't be jealous. I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Yes, exactly. All right. Well, guys. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Really disappointed. They're disappointed. That's just so disappointing. This is such a special night for so many developers, and it's really disappointing to see someone act that way. But we're going to move right on with the show. We've got a lot of great games to show you.
So if you are going in 2024, there will probably be tighter security situation. There might be people standing in front of the stage just in case if some Muppet tries to run up there again, because it was dangerous. Like, even when you go into the main Gamescom situation, you get your bag searched for like knives and stuff. Well, when I say search, he looked in my bag briefly and went, "Any knives?" I went, "No." close the bag, done. I could have just been lying to him. I could have been like, no, got a big, massive machete in the bottom of the bag. Well, he wouldn't have known. But luckily, I'm not a murderer and I do not carry weapons, because that's just weird. Going into the opening night live was a relief to the long day of traveling. You know, we got there. It wasn't long traveling. It was only a couple hours on the plane. And to be honest, I was sat next to a nice person on the plane, so I was just having a good chat. And, you know, when we got there, we had a little tour around Germany. And then, obviously, I'm British, so we cracked open a few drinks. And by the time Open Night Live started, I was at least 8 drinks deep. I even brought one with me. I was like, no, I brought 2 with me, actually, on the way there, because it was about a half an hour walk to actually get there from where we were staying. And it was a nice, pleasant stroll. I met some nice people there, just chatting away to some people in the queue. And, you know, even when I was there, I was chatting to the people next to me and stuff. There was a lot of nice, friendly faces there. A lot of people, I don't know if it's just gamers in general, a lot of people won't approach and start a conversation. But once you start a conversation, they will then, you know, keep the ball rolling and actually have a chat. But I think that's just gamers in a nutshell. Most of them are like antisocial creatures. So even if you are there, just try and step out your comfort zone just a little bit, just to make conversation with people, and then, you know, you might make some nice friends, or you might meet some new people, just interesting stories. I met, like, you know, some big name people and stuff there, and it was quite nice. It was nice seeing people from all different industries, because obviously there's game developers and stuff there. It's really cool. I'm fascinated in that stuff, hence the YouTube channel and stuff like that. So as a consumer, I don't know if you are, but I am, and if you're looking at going Gamescom, you probably are. The Open Night Live in general was a brilliant experience. The queue was massive. The queue was going all the way around the building, all the way at the back. And we were kind of in the middle at one point, and then when the gates kind of opened, it was like a floodgate. It was like people who were all the way at the back, it doesn't matter, they had the worst shot, because a lot of people who were at the front could just go in, even people just come through the doors, go straight through the gate, and that was a bit of a messed up system. But enough talk of the general experience of the opening night live, because that was good. I did like it. It was very good, but obviously that is like only an hour of this whole event. But when you actually do go to Gamescom, just in general, the actual Gamescom convention, it is massive. There is just so much space. It is huge. That whole building, I've never seen anything like it. And obviously, like I said, I've been to plenty in Manchester. I've been to, you know, smaller ones in Doncaster, Blackpool and stuff in surrounding areas. I can imagine London's quite a good one, but even so, I can imagine it's probably like, it's probably about 6-7 times a regular London games convention. It was huge, and it was just incredible. They had huge publishers there like Sega. The first thing I walked in, there was a sign for Sega, Xbox, PlayStation. There was just things everywhere, and it was just so cool. I've been a huge fan of Sega since I was a little kid. My first ever console was a Sega Mega Drive, and I still hold it in my heart as one of the best consoles ever made. Sega Mega Drive all the way for the win. So many bangers on that console. But I actually got to play Sonic Superstars. That was the first game I walked in, and the whole booth in general, the whole decoration of every individual booth, not just the Sonic Superstars, every individual booth of every like company, it is just so well done. It's like a proper movie scene set. It's really kitted out. Some of them are well extreme. Like some of the ones with like the best booths were like mobile games, and personally I don't really care for mobile games. I do not play them, but I understand it is a huge market and a lot of people do play it. What I can say though is if you are going for like a weekend, you know, if you're spending 2 days at the convention, the first day you want to kind of, first thing you want to do is kind of like get a cover of the whole area and, you know, just view everything so you get everything seen and stuff like that. And if you want to plan out any games to play, it's probably best to plan it out for the next day. You can probably get some time in on the first day, but the queues are really big. Like when I was playing stuff like Sonic Superstars, that they had loads of screens up, so that queue went quite quick. And I played, what games did I play? I played Sonic Superstars, that was you know, quite quick moving queue. I played the Naruto game, Storm Connections I think it's called, and that queue took a little bit longer because there was quite a lot of people there and it's more in the middle of the day, but it was worth doing because I got to go on like with my friend, and you know, we can go on 2-player and have a couple of battles there. I was also lucky enough to get to play Sandland. That game is incredible. Shout out to Akira. you know, big up, rest in peace. I got to play a good few games. I can't think of them all off the top of my head. Like I said, it was a while ago for me, and the experience is not very fresh anymore. There was one thing I was pretty gutted I didn't have a chance to try, but the queue was obviously extraordinarily big. But it was kind of like a VR shooter game. So they had a big open area, kind of size of like half a football pitch, and it was pretty big, and everyone had VR headsets on and they all had guns, so they kind of walking around. It was funny watching him from a distance, seeing that, you know, just a couple of people just kind of walking around, not even anywhere near each other, but on the screen they are actually in like the game world, and that's probably the closest we're going to get to like a Sword Art Online real life experience at this point in time. And I thought that was really cool. I know there are rooms to do that scattered across the world. I've never been on one, and I would like to go on one. If you are going to go on that, that's another thing, you know, you'd have to plan that out and check the times and, you know, kind of get there and prepare to queue up for an hour or two. There was some queues, like games like Wolong, they just had queues of people sitting on the floor for hours and hours just waiting and waiting. I could not do that. That was just not a fun experience for me. I could not sit there for hours and hours to play a game for like 5 minutes. I'll just rather buy the game when it comes out. But if you are a YouTuber or a journalist or whatever, and you want to get a first look and you want to kind of, you know, make a video on it, whatnot, or write a review on what you've played and your experience so far, then I get it. I get why people do that if it's like a work purpose. But for me, it wasn't a work purpose. Yes, I wanted to get some content out of there, and I didn't get as much content as I should have done because I was too busy enjoying myself. If you are an anxious person and you don't like being around crowds, then this is definitely not the place for you. Do not go to Gamescom because it is so busy. There was so many people there. There's thousands and thousands of people from all over the world. It was absolutely huge. But on the plus side, there was also so many amazing like cosplayers and stuff, and there was even professional cosplayers hired out by game studios and stuff, which I met a few of them, got pictures taken with a few of these, and it was really cool just to see all them and just the general scenery. There was a Netflix section, so it had all it had Wednesday stuff there, it had some Stranger Things stuff, it had like the car from Stranger Things, it had the whole kind of like burger shop from there. Wednesday it had kind of like, it had like a little replica of their dorm room, and Stranger Things had like the whole staircase of you know, just the whole weird funky staircases that they genuinely have in the show, with a few guys all in red, you know, with the masks on and stuff like that, and they were shooting out t-shirts and stuff from a t-shirt shooter, and obviously people could get them. There was a guy literally right next to them doing tattoos for people. There was a woman just lay there getting a tattoo of the Squid Games icon on the back of her leg, just in the middle of everyone, just not caring in the world, just getting a tattoo done. If you wanted to get a tattoo there, you can do. There was lots of people getting tattoos in different areas, not just the Squid Game section. There was a whole tattoo base. I was going to get a little Luffy tattoo on me, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And then the guy quoted me the price, and I think it was like 170 euros or something for like a tiny little Luffy tattoo, and I was like, no, I'm not getting that. It's just too expensive. If he said 70 euros, I'm like, yeah, go on, sit me down, I'll get it done. But 170 euros, it's like the price was doubled because of you being at an event. And they were busy. They had people constantly getting tattooed. It was like non-stop. And I get it. It's a thing if you come back from holiday and it's like, oh yeah, I got this tattoo at Gamescom by this artist and stuff. It is a big deal, and it is kind of something that is going to be with you forever. So you're probably playing more for the memento of the memory of that, rather than the actual tattoo itself, where if you get it from Dave's Tattoos down the road, it's gonna be a bit different. My personal highlight of this trip was probably the market stall section. That was incredible. It was, honestly, it was just huge. It was like a full-on double shopping mall, just full of like anime, games related products. It was just really cool. I am quite disappointed in myself because I was supposed to be filming a lot of this. I did film quite a lot of stuff, and then when it comes to looking through my files, I just don't have him, and I don't know where they've gone. Even my friend who was with, I got him to send me his files and stuff, and I just, you know, we were kind of slacking in clips. I'm sure you can see that we've been throwing clips on the screen, but there wasn't as many as I wanted to get off the market stall. But it was such a good place to be. It was really fun, and I would highly recommend Gamescom in general for any games nerd, anime nerd. Just even if you're a cosplayer, just even if you just want to go and see, it's good. and it wasn't too costly, to be honest with you. If you want to go to Gamescom with your mates, I highly recommend it. It's gonna be such a good experience for you if you are a games anime nerd like myself, as you can even see from my wallpaper. I love that stuff. I just do, and I really enjoyed it. I was with my mate Jake, and that was really fun being with him. I wish more of my mates could come. It would have been even better. It was just incredible. The main downside for me was my crummy hotel room. I am contemplating going back in 2024, but I'm not too sure, because it was kind of like a once in a lifetime experience, and it feels like I don't want to take the specialness away from it if I go the year after. But we'll see. Obviously, Gamescom would be your main attraction, but the whole surrounding area is brilliant. If you walk into the main centre, which is only about 15 minutes away where the cathedral is, it's just beautiful. There's lots of restaurants to get food around there. There's lots of shops around there. There's just lots of general tourist attractions, and it's really nice. I appreciate the fact that this video is super long, and if you have somehow made it to kind of this point in the video, then well done to you, and thank you so much for actually sticking around. If you are going to Gamescom, or if you have ever been to Gamescom, let me know in the comments below. That's not just let me know in the comments to kind of boost my views. I genuinely want to know. I want to see what your experiences are, and if you are going, I really hope you have a good time. It is a once in a lifetime experience, and I do hope a lot of you get the chance to go. If you are still watching this video at this point, please give it a like and subscribe. Just literally do what you can to kind of help me out, because maybe one day, just maybe one day, I can go to Gamescom for free. I highly doubt that. I will never get 260,000 subscribers. It's not going to be a thing. I've got my 1.3k, and I am so grateful to all you guys who actually supported me. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. I honestly never thought I'd even be at this point on YouTube, so thank you very much for that. Anyway, it's Mark from Modern Tech. Thanks for watching.